So on this channel, I said I'm going to talk about problems and offer solutions. I don't like when people come onto YouTube and 100% of their content is talking about problems, but never offering any solutions. They always want something to moan about. They always want something to talk about. It's easier to talk about the problems. It's 10 times harder to come up with solutions. I'm going to talk about black people. And I remember one time I watched the video on YouTube and this guy was talking about black on black crime, knife crime and that. And do you know what the solution to black on black crime and knife crime was? What he offered as a solution? Self-defense classes. My goodness me. Now I don't need to talk about the solutions to, in regards to black on black crime and knife crime and stuff like that. In this video, you can go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below talking about how the Pan-Africanism movement highlights problems but never offers solutions, and I talk about the problems and I offer solutions in that video. So I'll leave the link in the description below. You can go and check that one out. But in this video, I'm going to talk about black people not being established economically. Black people in the UK and in America, they love to complain about black oppression. I can't get anywhere in life because I'm black. There aren't opportunities for me. I live in a white man's country. We were robbed 500 years ago. Slavery this, slavery that. Right, let's say if you are a black person in the UK or America, you're at a disadvantage, innit? Let's say that. I don't believe that for 1 minute, but let's say that. Let's forget about living in the UK or America, white people's countries, yeah? Let's go back home. You know, a lot of black people are not established in their own country. They're just there. They just exist. A lot of black countries would probably be better off if they were ruled by white people, unfortunately. You see, Jamaica, before independence, I've been told this. Now, obviously, someone's opinion doesn't make it a fact. But I've been told by a local person, proper black man, proper Jamaican man, yeah, ain't got no teeth in his mouth. Man has said to me, he preferred when the British ruled Jamaica. The economy was better. I actually made a point on one of my videos talking to one of my subscribers who's having a little quick conversation, and I said the reason why Jamaica, in some people's opinion, isn't as great now as it was when Great Britain was ruling is because in that time the Jamaicans, they were relaxed. Yeah, they weren't taking notes. This is how we do that. This is how we do this. They just let other people run their country. They didn't take no notes. And that's what happens to people. When you're relaxed and you let someone else do the work, you don't pick up the skills. You don't observe what's going on around you. You just coast through life. See, in Jamaica, you had the JLP and PNP. Yeah? Jamaican Labour Party and the People's National Party. Both of them, for a solid 20 years apiece, were ran by a white man. It's a black country or island. Yeah? It's a black island. Why are the indigenous people not fucking running that island? Now, in recent times, obviously, the prime ministers or presidents, whatever, they are now black. But for a solid 20 years apiece, the two top parties were ran by white people. You've got other nations in Jamaica doing better than the fucking Jamaicans. In Old-Trerier, you got this place called the Taj Mahal. Yeah? It's a little, kind of like a shopping mall kind of market thing. Taj Mahal, ran by Indians. You got the fucking Chinese people building roads and that. why the fuck isn't the black indigenous people? I'm not saying that people can't come in and have their own businesses or whatever, innit? Yeah, but they seem like they're doing better than the fucking Jamaicans. Trinidad. Now, in more recent times, black people have been running the country or the island, but back in the day, 10 years solid, India man running the thing. It's a fucking black island. And you say, oh, what, an Indian person can't run a black island? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, you will never see a black man running India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or fucking Sri Lanka. Yeah? I can guarantee you there will not be no black president in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka. Let's move away from the Caribbean. Africa. We all know some crazy stuff goes on in Africa. But even little things, small and minuscule things, like football teams, are ran by white men. Now, in more recent times, the blacks have taken over the football teams. They became the managers. But there's still a good few football teams, you know, the good ones, which are ran by white men. It should be black men that are running the football teams. If the majority, if 90% of the fucking squad is black, the captain must be black. The captain must be able to represent the team. I know someone's gonna say, oh, what, a white man can't run a black team? I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, there will be a fucking problem if Ian Wright was to become the football manager of England. I can guarantee you. Or Sol Campbell, one of them man there will be a problem. Black people are so far behind, it's not even fucking funny. If they compared black people to all the other nations in the world, it would be like comparing Neanderthals to modern day humans. They would have the other nations in the world, they would have lapped us 20 times over. And black people will come in here and say, but black people were robbed. Yeah? They had everything stripped from them and they have to start again. Yeah? Let me tell you something. Whatever you can achieve once, you can achieve again and even greater. Someone could take my house from me. Santander could say, you know what? Although you've been paying your mortgage on time, we don't want you to have this house no more. We want to take the house off you. Go ahead. I'll work my ass off again to get an even better house. But people don't prepare for shit. You must prepare for shit. It's not a joke out here. Even with my YouTube thing, small entity. There's been times where I'll release videos on a consistent basis, yeah? 3 videos a week. For months, I was doing that for months. 3 videos a week for months. And there was one time, about a month and a half ago, depends on when you watch this video, obviously. A month and a half ago, I was releasing 1 video every single day. Yeah? For the whole month, 1 video a day. Some days, I released 2 videos. One day in particular, I released 3 videos. But I'm smart. I prepare for when I know the channel is going to slow down a bit. I'm not going to just release 1 video every single day and have no videos to release. So what I did was, okay, cool. I've got 50 videos. I'm going to release 1 video every day. Yeah. I'll release 30 videos in that month and I'll leave myself with 20 videos. And then I'll just release them sporadically. Yeah? I'm not going to just release all my videos and have no videos in the bank. No videos in the cloud. Yeah? Man, hold on to them videos like they're fucking food stamps. Yeah? They're precious to me. I never want to be in a position where I don't have no videos to release. I don't have no videos on standby. And then I have to rush to make a video or whatever in it because I feel like people are forgetting about me or whatever in it. So right now, yeah, I've slowed things down. but I've still got a good 20 videos just waiting. And at the end of the day, I like to be sporadic, and I don't like people watching my channel and knowing, oh yeah, like you don't want to be too predictable. Jay's gonna release a video on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. Yeah. So I'm prepared, innit? So if you guys are watching this and Jay's slowed down, I ain't making no, trust me guys, I got videos. Yeah, I just slow down purposely, innit? Yeah. But that's what black people, they have to take that kind of approach to shit. Yeah. Prepare for when things slow down. Don't get too complacent. That is black people's downfall. Too complacent. Black people, they love that fast lifestyle. Yeah? They love to try and impress others. They're too pretentious, too flashy. Not all black people, but a lot. The first thing when a black person gets money, what do? Spend it. Car, clothes. They don't think to themselves, you know what? If I won £1 million or whatever, I'll buy this property. Yeah? I'll buy this amount of properties. Whatever. They don't think like that. They think about what car they're gonna buy, what holidays they're gonna go on, and how they're gonna stunt in front of their friends and try and make themselves look better than other people around them. That foolish lifestyle needs to stop, and this is the reason why black people are in the position that they're in. They ain't got no fucking brain, a lot of them. People will look at me and say, oh, you're lucky, man. You know, I ain't lucky. I just ain't stupid. Part of the reason why a lot of black people, they feel like they don't know another way is because they don't venture outside of their social circles. When I was on the street, when I was on road, I just hang around with just black youths, no ambition, on the road. And then a couple of years later, I got a job with the local council and I started meeting just normal, average white people, but they had a brain. Simple stuff like buying a property. A lot of things that a lot of people can't fathom doing, that they think is out of their reach, and it's so simple, but you need to be disciplined. Now, the solution to black people, I can't speak for, abroad, fucking Jamaica, Trinidad or Africa economically. I can't speak to that because that's a different problem out there, isn't it? Yeah. Black people in the UK and the USA, the way they can get established economically, besides businesses, the first and most fundamental important thing, buy your own fucking house. It's not difficult. It takes common sense and a bit of discipline. Stop all this Moncler and Balenciaga, Giuseppe trainers, big Mercedes, fuck all that. Start buying properties. Save your money and start buying properties. Because it's not so much about buying the property. To buy a property, you need to get into a certain mind frame. Now, I've got videos on that, and I'll also leave a link in the description box below. But you get into a certain mind frame, and that is the mind frame that black people need to get into. It's a sensible mind frame. But you're not going to get into that mind frame if you're thinking about, as soon as I get some money, how can I make myself look good? The two are mutually exclusive. It don't work. It cannot work. Because you have no discipline. So, besides the businesses, black people, they need to start buying their property. 2-3 years to save up. Come on, man. Not asking for a lot. And I'm talking about maybe I don't really condone a man and a woman buying a house together. I think the man should buy a house, but if people want to do that, but I've done it on my own, no help. I was able to buy my own property. I was on a little mediocre wage, 29 grand a year. The property I bought wasn't in London. It was outside of London, Northampton. But I saved my money. And a lot of people will say, oh, these are the haters. Yeah. You was able to save up and buy a property because you was living at home with your parents. You know how many people there are watching this right now with, decent salary, who could save up to buy a property, but they choose not to. Yeah, there are people who are not in the position where they can save much money, but they ain't trying. What did I do? When I was at home with my mum, I was taking notes. I was preparing. Yeah? I was preparing to buy my own place. I weren't coasting along through life, taking it easy. And then when I'm not in the position to buy a property, I just blame the white man. There's no opportunities for black people. So, more bullshit. It's just another excuse. Fucking the reason why I bought a property is because I was living at my mum's house. Yeah, it helped. It helped. But at the end of the day, I could have gone the other way and been a damn fool, because there's plenty of people who live at home with their parents who earn more money than me, and they don't have their own property, and they're in debt because they got some flashy Mercedes or BMW outside. And in regards to businesses as well, the reason why a lot of these black businesses fail is because all they think about is making a quick buck. Making a quick buck. That's it. Anytime a lot of black people come into money, they think about spending it straight away. Short-term thinking over long-term thinking. Why do you think so many guys who have gone down the path of being drug dealers are end up dead or in prison? Because they're not thinking long-term. They're not thinking, all right, let me get educated. Let me get a decent job. Save up my money whilst I'm in that job. Take notes. I keep saying this, take notes. And start my own business. And if I ain't got the guts and the balls to start my own business, let me just save up and buy my own property. People don't want to do that, because that might take 6-7 years. They want this shit today. But what ends up happening is, instead of them investing that 6-7 years, maybe 10, into something positive, they may spend 10 or 20 years in prison. Or they may be dead at the age of 20. I know people. I can go and visit them, and they will be buried deep under the ground, and there's this tombstone. Yeah, I know people who are dead because they wanted the fast and easy life. Wow. Shortcuts never lead to success. People could take shortcuts and become successful, but they will lose it. Because they haven't got a long-term type of thinking. And there will be times where there's lots of successful people who they lose it for whatever reason, but they're able to get it back because they've taken notes. They paid attention to what's going on right now. I don't know, maybe they got into something why they lost their money, but there's a lot of successful people who have lost their fortune and got it back. And there's people who say, it's because he knows this person. No, it ain't because he knows this person or whatever. And yeah, that person was able to read the notes that they took and reapply that again. So, black people want to get more established economically. The easiest route and the simplest route, not cutting corners or nothing, is to start buying your own property. It's so simple. Guys, come on, man. How difficult is it to save up your money and buy a property? It's hard if you want to have a short-term kind of thinking. Yeah, that's difficult. But it's easy. If you've got long-term thinking and you're disciplined, it's simple. But you have to make sacrifice. No big Mercedes, no Balenciaga, No extravagant holidays 3-4 times a year. It's going to be more of working until 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, working Saturday and Sunday, not seeing your friends, not socializing as much. That's what it will take. But until the people them are able to adopt that type of mindset, they're going to be down in the dumps. And all they're going to do is complain and blame white people, when the only people they need to blame is themselves.